Today, guys and girls, I am here at the European launch in Slovenia of two of Suzuki's brand new machines, the GSX-8T and the GSX-8TT. Now, these are bikes that I was fully not expecting from Suzuki. They are redefining and rewriting what retro means to them in 2025. So I'm Usernamekate, and without further ado, I'm going to swing my leg over these bikes today and give them a ride. So I'll catch you all after the intro. Right team, so right now I am on the GSX-8TT and we have found some nice Slovenian roads. Oh yes. Now this is a very familiar engine to me and I absolutely love Suzuki's 800 range. With a passion, I currently have a GSX-8R as a long-term loan and I just absolutely love the ride of that bike. And so far this bike is no different. Now I'm going to treat this like, you know, you guys are wet behind the ears and you don't really know anything about the 800 engine. So it is Suzuki's parallel twin and it produces 81.7 brake horsepower, I believe, and 78 newton meters of torque. It's got a 270-degree crank for a beautiful rumble. Oh, unexpected tight hairpin. Love that for us. Oh yes, I love the roads in Slovenia. Sorry, as I was saying, so yeah, I'm on the TT at the minute. It's got that, you know, cowl nose cone. It's got a bit of a belly pan at the bottom. It is designed to be a little bit more retro-y than, I guess, the T. But these two bikes that we're riding today do mainly comprise of a lot of shared components of the GSX-8S. It's a mouthful. Oh yes, these roads are bloody blissful. I absolutely love road riding. Bit of that brake because it's looking a bit damp. Oh no. Yeah, so there's a lot of shared components. We've got the suspension of the S, not the R, to clarify. I thought they would have put the R suspension on, just with it being a little bit better damped, but they've gone down the S route, which, you know, seems to be quite adequate for a lot of, you know, rider weights and preferences. Maybe that's why they've gone with it. So the chassis is the same. The suspension is the same, the brakes are the same up front. We've got some twin discs, 310mm I want to say, and they are being bitten by Nissan calipers. 4-piston radially mounted though. And of course the Suzuki electronic suite is the same. So we've got all the good stuff like the quick start button, the low RPM assist. We've got the rider modes, A for active, B for basic, C for comfort. We've got the quick shifter and auto blipper. Did I mention low RPM assist? I think I did. Oh, I love Slovenia. Yeah, boy. Traction control with this, which you can change independently of the mode you're in. So we do have what may appear to be a GSX-8S in vintage attire. So one of the things that is different, we do have tapered bars with this. We've got bar and mirrors. Look at this road, just behave yourself. Wow. Quite tight, quite bumpy. We love it. Oh yes, cows. So, one of the cool things, design features that the TT has, along with the T, are these bar end mirrors. They're just so much nicer for having a clear view ahead, and you can really see a lot out of them, so that's good. You know, they don't vibrate too heavily. On the TT we have a flat stitched seat, which is slightly different from the T, and is also very, very comfy. This bike has a seat height of 810mm, so it is slightly lower than the T, and you do actually feel it. I sat on both this morning. I'll show you guys now what it's like to sit on the TT. My measurements are, I'm a 5'4" individual with a 29-inch inside leg measurement, or 162 centimeters with a 73.66 centimeter inside leg measurement. And yeah, this is what it's like for me to sit on the T. So as I say, the T is a little bit taller at 815mm. And it does feel a smidge taller, but I mean an absolute smidge. The beauty of these bikes is they've got quite narrow seats, so you can get your legs directly to the ground, which is good. So with the TT, one of the things that Suzuki have done is they've housed the TFT dash very nicely. It is the dash that does transfer across the whole range. So the V-Strom 800, RE, DE, the GSX-8S and R, they have this dash, and you know, maybe some people might be a bit disappointed that they didn't go more retro with that dash, given the fact that it is designed to be a retro bike, or inspired by bikes of, you know, the 60s, 70s era. Well, in that case, you could argue that they should have a kickstart. Going by that logic. Times change, things move on. And honestly, I think it is a really, really nice, attractive dash. So far, one thing I can say is I feel like the bars are a bit wider on this. Honestly, I might be tripping and they might be the same, but it does definitely have tapered bars, so the style is definitely different. But I don't know, it just feels like I've got a bit more push and pull on them, a bit wider, a bit better for the old counter steer. The two bikes share a 16.5 litre tank, so the T and the TT, which is quite a bit bigger than the GSX-8S, which had a 14 litre tank capacity, and I believe that you get 18% like better range, more miles out of this tank, so that can only be a good thing, right? Another thing I will say with regards to like the handling of this bike, you know, I might be tripping, I don't think I am, but I just feel like the 8S felt a little bit more flighty when pushing on, and you know, I'm trying to work out why that might be the case, given the fact that the chassis and the geometry and everything is pretty much the same on this bike, including suspension and all that jazz. I don't know whether I could attribute it to maybe more fuel in the tank, because these bikes are full, or they were full when we set off this morning. And yeah, maybe it's just, you know, giving the feel of a little bit more weight over the front, which is helping to contribute to that kind of planted feeling that I'm feeling. Suspension, so actually I do wonder whether the tracking would have caught me go over a particularly gnarly bump. If it did, I'll insert the shot here. You know, you can see that it is a bit whoop, 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 if you do hit something quite dramatic like that. I mean, on these roads, it's like it's pretty adequate for somebody of my weight, but again, I can only speak as somebody who is like 56 kg. Can't speak on behalf of the likes of Chopsy behind me, who the guys have very kindly stiffened the preload up for him. We're riding with a load of the Japanese engineers, which is pretty amazing. And they're just angelic, I love them. But they've done that for him, so yeah, it'd be interesting to get his thoughts on whether it's made much of an impact. There's obviously nothing we can do with the KYB front forks because they're non-adjustable. But the brakes, ah man, the brakes are perfectly adequate. They're good stoppers. They're good stoppers. Oh, that's what I love about this engine. Like, second gear pull is just delicious. Oh, this is looking pretty tight. Oh yes, we love a good hairpin. Oh yes, oh man, look at these roads. These are just unreal, and we can see it's clear so we can have a hug. Oh yes. I love road riding so much, but we should probably respect the blind lady. That's a way to get you cancelled, isn't it? Oh, it's shady. Oh wow, this is so dark. Dark and damp. We've got the official Chad foot test. You can see nothing's coming. We can cut that. Try and keep the bike upright where it's damp. Oh, the road is broken there and gross. But it's handling it so far. Like the suspension, it just takes it. La-di-da-di-da. No stress, no gripes, no trauma. Oh man, this bike is... it's actually a dream! It's a dream boat. Oh, why is this throwing a bloody spanner in the works now? I'm sick of spanners in the works. I've just got an 8R on long-term loan with the intention to purchase. And now Suzuki have gone and brought this out, which is right up my strasse. That's not a euphemism. Oh yes. Very good, very nice. This looks like it may require a cheeky little second gear shenanigans. Oh yes it did. Yes. Wow, wow, wow. I hope this is lunch spot, because views be getting beautiful. Not that they weren't already beautiful. They were already so redonkulously beautiful. Oh my gosh, if this is our lunch spot, I will simply perish. Happy, happy, happy. Oh, wow. Oh my days. Oh my days. So, this is what we've just been riding, the 8TT. So we're going to do a little walk around, a bit of a close-up of it, and just see what it's all about. So, obviously at its heart we have that 776cc parallel twin engine. As you can see, what's different to the 8S and the R is this is all black. So it's actually grey on those models. So that just ties in with the colour scheme quite nicely. With this we have a belly pan as well, which we don't have on the T. And then if we pan around here, let's have a look at this. We have got that headlight cowl, which looks gorgeous. We've got a circular LED light with a flat bottom. And with this model, the TT, these lights stay on. I'll insert some footage now, so hopefully you guys can see those lights in action and on the bike. Whereas the T doesn't have the indicators on all the time, and the reason for this is a bit of a point of differentiation between the models and giving them their own style characteristics. So another thing about this, Suzuki have worked really hard to make sure that the screen is effective in not giving you like the crazy buffeting. And let me see if I can zoom in here. Here you've got like air ducts, which means that the air can swoop under there as well as on top. So you get air coming out from the bottom of here and you get air coming over here. This is lipped purposefully for that reason as well, to help kind of deviate the air a bit higher. So far I've had no buffeting, it's been very, very efficient. If we look at the tank, this is raised. So let's see if I can kind of capture the raisedness of it. There you go, so that's like a nice quality detail. And then this is painted and lacquered, no stickers here. Again, if we have a look at this, I think, no, this is a sticker. I think this is a sticker, but this is lacquered, which is good. We also have this new emblem, which is like the 8-ball, because it's more retro. So yeah, we have a look. We've got, I think, probably the same wheels that are on the GSX-8R that I have at the minute in my garage. The exhaust is all the same. This is maybe a different shroud for it. But yeah, chassis is the same. Suspension is the same as on the 8S. So again, we've got no adjustability up top. We can adjust the preload on the rear. A cheeky little fact that I found out about this bike is the designer has, you know, he understands that not everyone loves this big reg holder sticking out. So he's actually made it easier to swap this for a tail tider. He's made it simpler when you take the seat off. So that's kind of a nice thoughtful touch from that guy. But yeah, we have a 16.5 litre tank, so it's much bigger and consequently wider. And I think it does suit the bike better than a smaller tank like what's on the 8S. If we have a pan around, got a juicy lineup of them. We do have the other colour option at the end here, which is kind of like almost a matte green. And then this is a sticker. This isn't lacquered over. I wonder if it's because that's obviously like a gloss tank, whereas this is kind of like a satiny matte, so it can't be kind of lacquered over. Guys, let me know what you prefer. Do you prefer the green with the gold, or do you like the black with the red? I want to know, I'm interested. But yeah, let's have a look at this from the front. Right, so I've ridden the TT, now it's time to ride the T. So let's have a quick look at it. Again, absolutely insane views. But yeah, here it is. So I actually really like this colour. I think it's gorgeous. It's almost like a muted bluey greeny tealy colour. But as you can see with the T, we don't have that belly pan, so it's just kind of exposed like on the 8S. This is all in silver. We do have that single headlight, but we don't have the cowl. So the cowl on that is very reminiscent of the GS1000 AMA bikes. I'll insert a picture now so that you can get an idea of what that bike is based off. And this bike is kind of modelled off the T500 Titan. The designer of this bike was telling us that that was the inspiration, so I mean, I think they look quite dramatically different, but I'm also not the one that designed it and was taking inspiration from the old one. So this one has a different seat. It's got a tuck and roll seat, whereas on the other one we have like a flat stitched seat. So they are different and they do alter the seat height. Right guys, I've just found out that there is a whole lineup of the GSX-8Ts. So we've got one in every colour. So we have this, the orange, which I think looks absolutely beautiful. What do you guys think? I think it may well be my favourite colour. So these are gold forks, whereas the TT has black forks. This is the colour I showed you up top, in like the beautiful bluey, kind of greeny, muted colour. And then at the end, we've got a black one. Right guys, we've enjoyed a nice lunch and it's time to ride the GS8T. Let's go. I've given back the TT and now we are on the naked bike. So it's funny because as I just mentioned at the little stop then, Suzuki have based this bike off the T500 Titan, but I don't personally see that. I suppose the main thing I can see in common with that bike and this is just a circular headlight. But I really do feel like the styling cues of this bike are kind of a little bit Honda CB650R-ish, and also a little bit CF Moto, the CLX. Like, that's what I see. So I'm sat on this, and instantly the seat feels as comfy, if not maybe a little bit comfier than the TT, just from initial butt feelage. Not a word, I tried. Cows! Moo! Oh, I love the sound of cowbells of an afternoon. Reminds you that you're not in the UK. Okay, so the GSX-8T. That is what I am on. That is what I am flowing around on. Living my best life, not the head down, bloody hell. So yeah, hopping on the 8T instead of the TT. You know, it's still a rather familiar riding position because ultimately nothing's changed much, although I do think the bars are a little bit lower on the T as opposed to the TT. I feel like they're a bit higher to accommodate for that cowl. But we've still got the bar end mirrors, we've still got lithium-ion battery, we've still got the handy USB-C charger. I'm just having some fun. So there is a weight difference between the two bikes. This one, because it doesn't have the cowl, is slightly lighter than the 8S and the 8TT, so it is 201 kilograms. The TT is 203 kilograms, and the 8S, is 202 kilograms. The rider's triangle is less length forward than on the 8S. Definitely, you know, you're kind of more upright. The lines of the bike are more like horizontal. Everything is, you know, trying to take a retro line when it comes to where the tank is and in relation to the frame and the subframe and all that stuff. But no, that the handling of this bike is just absolutely glorious. It is mint when you do get with a set of mates and you all ride quite similar and you all go out, especially on these kind of roads. Peppered by Dan, oh no. I've got to say the clearance of these bikes are brilliant. I've only had the peg down once. You know, we're not exactly hanging around. Oh, that's awesome. Scrapey chopster. I heard the scrapage. I'm trying to keep up with Chop so I can get some footage of him. But he's not making it bloody easy, is he? Easy bugger. Man, he's a rapido. Damn, son. Oh, look at this. Flippity floppity, don't stop at it. Oh, beautiful. Oh, yes. Chops, are you menace? Right, guys and girls, I have returned in from a day riding these two beauties. First off, in the morning, I got to ride the GSX-8TT, and then after lunch, it was time for the GSX-8T. And to be honest, it has been an absolutely fantastic day. We've had really amazing weather on some really grippy roads, and that is just a perfect concoction for a good time. Now, we've been able to sling these around like Summit Rotten, and it's been wonderful, and it has reinforced something that I wasn't quite expecting. So, you know, I've ridden the 8S and the 8R, and I think the handling is really good on those bikes. However, weirdly, and I can't quite pinpoint why, I just feel like these handle a bit better. Like, we've been stonking on today, we've been really throwing it in and wanging it round in bends, and it's just dealt with everything so compliantly, so beautifully, and best of all, it just didn't feel flighty. It felt really planted, really just on the money, and oh, it has just been absolutely incredible to ride these bikes. Now, because I'm conscious of video time, instead of me talking to you guys about my pros and cons, I've been making lists as I've been going along. So I will insert them here now so that you guys can pause at your leisure, so that you can read what I like about the bikes and what I don't like about the bikes. And then if you've got any questions and you want me to elaborate, please do comment below and I'll try and answer the questions to the best of my ability. So yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. I know you guys, if you watch this channel, you're going to say, what do you prefer, Kate? The long-term GSX-8R that you've got in the garage at the minute that you're doing the mods on, or one of these bikes? And honestly, I feel like I bonded with the TT a little bit more than the T. Don't ask why. I mean, they're basically the same bike, just one's got fairing and stuff. But yeah, if you were to ask me about the 8R or the TT, it'd be a hard choice. I might just say the TT, but also the R is a little bit less expensive, which benefits me because I'm tight as cramp. Right guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed filming it, and I'll catch you all on the next one.